Millennials, this is your guide of how to get hired. My name's Rob Callen. I'm with Blue Point Search. Today we have New York Times bestselling author, top sales trainer, leading social media personality, Grant Cardone's with us today. Grant, thank you so much for being here.
Man, it is my pleasure, man. You got an audience of 80 million.
Love it. Love it.
And I believe in every one of them, by the way.
Say that again?
I believe in every one of them. I hear millennials. So many people freaking badmouth millennials. I'm sick of it. I think it says more about the originator of the communication than it does about the millennials. So the next one of you old guys, I know people 35 years old dishing on millennials. I'm like, why do y'all talk about them? I think they're smarter, faster, wiser, and in many cases, see some of the myths and the false information perpetuated by their parents and grandparents that clearly failed hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah. Are they an easy target?
Oh, totally.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I think number one is mom and dad and their grandparents basically are starting to challenge, wait a minute, did we do the right thing buying a house, settling down, living in the same town we were grown up, going to college, $1.3 trillion worth of college debt. We got mortgages on what we call the American dream that sticks the family in one place and they can't move to opportunity. And I think millennials are basically the target of mommy and daddies and generations before them that are starting to say, you know what, maybe we didn't do it right. So what we're going to do is we're going to blame somebody else before we take responsibility for what we did, because it's clearly not working for lots of people.
Yeah. What we want to do is help millennials in this video, and hopefully with the viewers, they can watch it, have a few takeaways, and implement that right away into their job search.
Dude, I'm excited.
First and foremost,
I'm excited.
Just the millie.
When you say millennial, I start thinking millionaire.
That's good. I like that. Do you think they're struggling to edge out their competition in the job market?
Well, I think they're getting lost. Okay, I think the millennial is lost in what is a job? How do I get one? I don't want that job. That job sucks. I don't want to sell that product. I don't want to go do that bullshit job. And so they're in between, like, I need a job and I don't want to do that job. Okay, so the deal is, look, if you're going to go the old way of looking in the paper or on the internet for who's hiring, you will never, ever get the job you want. If you look for a guy like me, you target a guy like Grant Cardone, okay? I'm 57 years old, dude. I act like I'm 25 because I run, I hustle, I create, I procreate, I do all kind of crazy shit, man. I do all kind of crazy stuff to try to grab market. Like I'm a fun dude to work for, right? So as long as we're producing. So you need to target 3 or 4 or 5 people that you want to emulate, man. People you want to be around every day. People you'd want to spend the weekend. Not people you want to, not a job, man. You're getting stuck in a situation you don't want to be in, rather than looking for 3 or 4 or 5 entrepreneurial speedsters, go-getters, crazy wackos like me. And then you're like, dude, I don't mind going to work here every day. Because I don't care how old somebody is. I don't care if you're 18 or 81. It doesn't matter to me. It's how much hustle do you have? How much create do you have? Are you willing to comply to an order? Are you willing to back me up when we go to war? And that war could be on Facebook, or it could be on Snapchat, or it could be at somebody's front door. I don't care, but I'm taking it to the people.
Yeah. Grant, if an applicant is coming to you,
yeah,
and they don't know what they can do, let's say they're fresh out of college, what have you, and you say, well, what do you want to do? They say, well, I can do anything.
Dude, don't say you can do anything because you can't. Because that's the dumbest freaking thing I ever hear anybody. I can do anything for you, Mr. Cardone. Good, jump out the building. Fly for me, okay? Become a butterfly. You can't do anything. What can you do, okay? And more importantly, what can you do? Dude, you need to tell me, number one, you are the guy I want to work for. This is what I would tell everybody watching. Look, you pick 3 to 5 people you want to work for, and you do not talk to anybody else. You do not send a resume to anyone else except those 3 to 5 people. Because you're not trying to get a job. You're trying to work for that guy or that gal. And by the way, don't talk to the HR department. You do whatever you got to do to get in front of that guy or that gal that owns that company, whether they're hiring or not. You say, Mr. Cardone, you're the guy I want to work for, okay? I'll do anything to work here. I'll work for free. I'll pay you to work here. What I can do for you, sir, frankly, I'm a very intelligent person. I comply to orders. I do whatever it takes, whenever it takes. I don't care what it takes, okay? What I can do for you, I'm not sure. I know this. You can't find a guy like me with the willingness any other place. Because that's what people like me want, okay? I don't care about your intelligence, your grade, your schools and grade. I don't really care about what you think you can do. If you're coming out of college, you can't do anything anyway.
Yeah.
So what I want is, I don't want leaders. I don't want more leaders or team players. I want somebody that'll do whatever it takes, what the other 80 people I have here won't do.
Have you heard of this Nina? I think her last name's pronounced Muffley or Muffley. She wanted to work at a company, Airbnb. You've heard of them before,
yeah? Sure.
So she wrote a white paper. I think it was last summer, summer of 2015. She wrote a white paper and a study that talked about Airbnb strategy and how they can have a better strategy in the Middle East and how they're getting beat by their competitors. She then tweeted it out to the CEO. The CEO got his attention. He started reading it. But according to now, recently, she's still, according to LinkedIn, freelancing.
Yeah.
Right? She still hasn't landed any place.
Because she can't close the deal, dude. Look, she did a good job of getting attention. Everybody should be doing that, okay? I don't want to, personally, I don't think it's good to write an article about what an industry's doing wrong when you're out of work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, like, it might get you some attention, dude, but you need a paycheck. So when somebody writes me, oh, Mr. Cardone, I saw your website and you're making so many mistakes. Dude, I'm already done with you. The last thing I need is for somebody to tell me, I'm going to do $100 million this year in sales. I don't need to be reminded of my mistakes. I go to sleep every night knowing I make mistakes. I need somebody to come to me and say, man, dude, I want to be on your team, man. I can help you increase your sales another 20 million, maybe 40 million, maybe 60 million. Help me dream, right? Yeah. Help me dream. Show me that you're another log on my fire that's going to get things hot. Don't tell me what I'm doing wrong, okay? And if you're going to write an article, and by the way, you should, everybody can be an expert on something. Hopefully you are. And by the way, if you don't know what you're an expert on, start writing so you figure that shit out. Because if you don't know, how am I going to know? But you got to know how to close the deal too. So she should have got on a plane, flown to him. She borrowed money to go to college. Why wouldn't she borrow money for a freaking airline ticket to go sit in front of that guy while the door was wide open and shut him down and close the deal?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that's a problem among millennials not being able to close?
I think it's a problem with every generation that has preceded your generation, Y generation, X generation, and definitely my generation. Nobody knows how to close a deal. That's why I spend so much time teaching people, millions of people, how to finish a deal up. Because she should have got on a plane, she should have gotten his face and should have said, I'm not leaving here until you hire me. What position you want to put me in? Well, we're not hiring right now. You're hiring somebody. If it's the right person at the right time, dude, that can bring you the freaking cheese, you'll hire me. Now, let's cut the BS. I'm in your face. I got your attention. Start me in the kitchen. Start me in the basement. Start me in shipping. In fact, you know what? Don't pay me. I'm starting anyway. It's not up to you. See, you got to know how to close the deal. Now, some of you watching right now say that's too aggressive. It is not too aggressive if you want to dominate your space. If you want to compete for $12 an hour or $25 an hour, look, if you want to make 50 grand a year, you got to keep thinking the way your parents did. If you want to start making some big freaking cheese, you want to start making real money and really, really be valuable to a company. Oh, by the way, you're always going to be underpaid by people. Most people are underpaid their entire career. Only a handful of people are overpaid. And the people that are overpaid, which is what your goal should be, not paid fairly. You do not want to be paid fairly. You want to be overpaid. And the way to get overpaid is to bring more value than anybody else in the marketplace and to do what I'm telling you right now so that when the interview is over, that's why you can't do this with the HR department. Because the HR department is going to be freaking scared of you. There's no way. The HR department is going to be like, this is like the HR department is the cow and you're T-Rex. You know, the cow ain't going to hire T-Rex. It's too intimidating. So you got to be in front of another T-Rex so they can be like, dude, I need two of us. Let's eat everybody.
Yeah. All right. As a non-millennial yourself, What are you looking for?
How you know I'm a
millennials?
non-millennial, man? How you know I'm not a millennial in disguise, man? I just put on the 57 just to tricky, get some little wisdom. I put this gray in my hair just to give me a little effect.
Just a touch of gray, What are you looking for when you're interviewing millennials? What non-millennial trait are you looking for?
Dude, I don't care. I'm not looking at that. I don't know why everybody makes such a big deal about it. You guys got to quit thinking you're 23. I don't care. I don't care about your age. I don't care how young you look. I don't care that you just bought your suit and you hadn't paid for it yet. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at your hustle. I'm looking at your language. I'm looking at your body language. I'm looking at your confidence. I'm looking at your willingness to throw down. Don't come into me and talk to me about what are the hours, what are days off, okay? When do I get a promotion? You ain't gonna ever get a promotion, bitch. You're gonna get promoted when you freaking promote yourself. So I don't need to hear about all that stuff. Talk about what you're gonna do for me, not what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna do this deal without you. Yeah. Understand, I'm going to grow my business without you. Mark Cuban is going to be a billionaire without you. What can you do to get on my train? Throw some fairy dust so we both twinkle.
Do you think, so if millennials are showing up,
yeah,
they're showing that they're hustling, they're showing that they can work hard, they'll put themselves out there. Do you think that will separate them from everybody else who's applying and just doing the kind of status quo?
Totally, man. Totally. Look, I've been on jobs before where I'm like, look, I'm not leaving, man. It's not up to you. I've been fired from jobs before. Okay, I got it, man. I was fired from my first 5 jobs. The last one, I just quit leaving. They'd fire me and I'd go sell something, produce revenue. If you can bring revenue, nobody cares how old you are. Nobody cares that you're a dropout. Nobody cares what your grades were. Nobody cares. But you guys got to understand, man, this generation is in for more trouble than any generation, at least while I've been alive. Okay, we have $20 trillion worth of admitted debt in this country. We have $200 trillion in obligations that this country cannot pay for. The golden age that your mom and dad were facing, or your grandparents, dude, it's gone. It's over. This country, the infrastructure in this country alone needs $3 trillion. Unbelievable opportunity and unbelievable challenges right now. You got to decide whether you're going to get consumed by the challenges or whether you're going to dominate and be part of the opportunity.
Yeah. Let's talk about communication.
Yes, sir.
Do you think
Don't cuss the way I do. It won't help you.
Do you think there's a communication breakdown between generations? Do you think baby boomers get it?
I mean, I wouldn't worry about them getting it. I'd worry about you getting them. You know, what do I want? Okay, whether I'm 50 years old, 40 years old, 30 years old, if I am the right guy or gal, okay, that's why I'm saying you guys got to quit answering ads. Okay, it's like, you know, what are you doing, man? I don't go on dating sites to find the chick I want. I find the chick I want. I don't go on dating sites to find her. I find, hey, what do I want in a chick? Right? What do I want in a school? What do I want in a job? What do I want in a car? You guys, if you guys pick cars the way you do jobs, you would have a piece of shit. You see what I'm saying? So look, how do you find the car you want? Oh man, I want a freaking red car with a convertible with this. You pick the car and then you go get it. Right now you got people picking you. And that's why you're ending up in a job you freaking hate. By the way, jobs are not a bad deal unless it's the wrong job.
Yeah.
Because if you work here, some people love it here and some people hate it here and quit. But when you come to work for me, you know what you get. I'm the same guy every day. I'm the same guy on camera. I'm the same guy on stage. I'm the same guy at home. Dude, I'm the same guy all the time. So with social media, if you can't find out something about your boss and you're a guy like me, you don't want to work for that guy. Right? If you don't want to be somebody else all the time and be prim and proper and act like they teach you how to act, then if that's who you are, then I'm probably not your guy. You know? Yeah. So you got to find the right fit for you. I wouldn't be the right fit for a big company. So if I was 21 years old today, I wouldn't go work for a big company. I wouldn't go work for Google. I'd die there. I want to go work for a group that is starting the next big thing, right? That is still in the garage and making the transition. I want to be a disruptor. But just because I want to be a disruptor and I have that kind of cavalier attitude doesn't mean I don't need to know how to get along, man. I got to be able to get along. And what is the common theme with all companies? Growth, revenue, speed, compliance, do whatever it takes, be early, stay late. Everybody finds that shit attractive. So that's the communication you guys need to have right now. That's why it's so important. You're not smoking weed. You're not hanging around a bunch of freaking lazy bums. Don't spend time on the criticism and the gossip and the news and the media and the politicians and the 1% haters. Like, you got to get your game on right now. This is a very, very challenging time for a generation that is very, very big. 80 million, very competitive.
Yeah. Number one highest paid position, sales.
One of, yeah. Unless you want to be a doctor. I mean, I'll make more money than a doctor ever made in sales. Or unless you want to go to Wall Street and do, Series 7 and become a stockbroker or financial advisor, or, you want to work at Northwestern Mutual, you can make $1 million a year at Northwestern Mutual, but it's going to take you probably 7 or 8 years to build your practice up. Or you could buy a State Farm agency and sell insurance. Yeah. Or you could probably buy a McDonald's franchise for $1.5 million and maybe make yourself $150,000 a year. Or, you could get in network marketing, man. I know people making $50,000 a month in network marketing, never held a job in their life, and that's all they've ever done. But it all comes down to all those jobs that I told you about: customer service, interfacing with people. Okay, maybe you could go build an app, build Candy Crush, and become a billionaire. The chances of doing that, you got a better chance of winning a freaking lottery ticket.
Yeah.
So, every company needs revenue. That's all I'm saying to you. Revenue is another word for revenue is sales. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody's wanted to do it for 50 or 100 years. Look at people running Facebook ads. They'll spend money on Facebook ads and won't hire salespeople. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Because nobody knows how to sell. Nobody knows how to get in front of somebody. Nobody wants to do that thing. So if you're willing to do the thing nobody else is willing to do, guess what? You'll be one of those people that is overpaid that I talked about earlier.
Yeah. Grant, I want to leave our viewers with one piece, the most valuable piece that you think you can throw at them when it comes to finding their dream job, whether they're entering the market for the first time, second, third, fourth time. What's that one magic bullet?
The first thing I would tell you to do is you got to get brainwashed. You need to get brainwashed. Okay. What I mean by that is you need to wash your brain. Okay. Your mommy and daddy, your mommy and daddy and every generation that preceded them, they had information that worked at the time that is no longer relevant, and it is unworkable. Okay. You need to wash your brain. You knew they were wrong when they were telling you all this stuff. Oh, we're going to buy a house and it's such a good investment. Okay. No. Okay. Well, your mom and dad and your grandparents had all this information that for some period of time was right. So I'm not making them completely wrong, but it's no longer right. Okay. Living in the same city your whole life, it's the wrong thing to do. All right. Giving up your dreams for a marriage and for kids, it's the wrong thing to do. If you'll give up your dreams for a wife and for kids, or for a husband and kids, you'll give up on your kids. So you got to really, my message is to everybody, not just millennials. It's a hard message for people to hear that want to hold on to old ideas. But I know this is my legacy, okay? I'm telling people the truth about the situation, about what you have to do today. What I had to do to get where I'm at, I literally had to lose my mind. I'm losing my mind. That's the best thing you can do, dude. Lose your mind and start to think differently than people have in the past.
Yeah, excellent. Grant, thank you so much for spending time with us. Dude. I want to leave our viewers with there's a special promotion if they go to cardoneuniversity.com/special, where you got a new promotion with the 52-week deal going on. Is that right?
Yeah, dude, that's a $34,000 program that we sell to companies for $34,000. It's available for $995. It will be worth, I guarantee you, when you watch it, you're going to be like, dude, I didn't even need to go to college. This is going to teach you everything about how to actually get in front of someone, sell someone, communicate to someone, and close a deal, even if you don't consider yourself a salesperson.
cardoneuniversity.com/special.
Hey, dude, you do a great interview, bro. You ought to start thinking about doing this for a living or something, man.
I appreciate your time, Grant. Thank you, sir.
Okay, brother. Thank you.